Hi, today my classmates and I will present you the partnership between Starbucks and Spotify that was established in 2016.
In January 2016, Spotify and Starbucks got together to allow Starbucks app users to save streaming songs in the local Starbucks shop. Users then are able to create a Spotify playlist from their Starbucks created songs. There are about 19 Spotify playlists created by Starbucks, and you can save songs to your own Spotify account. In addition, this feature was established in around 7,500 Starbucks shops across the US. As previously stated, Starbucks and Spotify joined forces, and through this partnership, they created an strategic alliance from which both corporations would work together towards a common objective while remaining distinct. For Starbucks, this strategic alliance helped further the company's image as an innovative retailer. On the other side, this is the first Spotify integration that merges its digital platform with physical spaces.
So, stakeholders benefits on this strategic alliance. To Starbucks stakeholders, the customers. Starbucks has a reward program where frequent members and loyal members can join Starbucks Rewards and be able to acquire stars for each dollar of their purchase. With a certain amount of stars, they will be able to receive benefits such as birthday coffees, a reward for every 125 stars, a monthly double star day, and now a Spotify premium membership. Now, by receiving this award, this reward, this will motivate many new who are previous Starbucks customers to join their rewards program. They will be able to access over 30 million songs, and Starbucks reward members will be able to influence in-store playlists by being able to add songs to their playlists. And this will be an opportunity for Starbucks reward members to earn stars as currency. Now looking at their employees. Starbucks has over 150,000 US-based employees, which will receive a private Spotify premium subscription. Now this greatly benefits them as they will be able to have a personal account, but this will also help shape the in-store music programming using tools provided by Spotify. And again, for the employees, they will be able to access over 30 million songs, which they just didn't have before. And lastly, the owners, the stockholders for Starbucks. Now, stockholders' main interest is that the company makes a profit, that they make a profit. So by providing Spotify Premium to Starbucks Rewards members, it should increase the amount of loyal customers who come to the store. Now, this means that there will be a constant amount of people buying their products, and hopefully exponential, which will result in more sales and more profits. Now looking at Starbucks and their stakeholders, their customers. Spotify customers will now be able to access Starbucks playlists, which many people before wanted and were willing to buy CDs for. Now, we couldn't find any employee benefits for Spotify, but the owners and the stockholders, we can see that, again, their main interest is for the company to make a profit. So, Starbucks will now potentially receive 10 million new users, which is the amount of Starbucks reward members that there are. This platform already has 60 million users. So, although that's a lot, this will greatly increase the amount of users that they have. Now, although these 10 million Starbucks reward members will not be paying for their premium account, they could be able to potentially advertise the platform to their friends and family and everyone surrounding them, telling them to buy their service. Now, this would mean that Spotify would have more people who are willing to pay for their service, hopefully increasing their sales and their profits. And now looking at short-term and long-term benefits for the stakeholders and for the company. So Spotify will hopefully, due to this strategic alliance, now be on the minds of Starbucks clients, which means that they could potentially have more clients. And Starbucks will receive a new variety of music. Now looking at long-term, both companies could potentially receive millions of new loyal customers. And Starbucks could be introduced into the online music streaming industry, which could be a new industry for them.
Reasons for the growth of multinational companies. It is extremely important for companies to grow as they will. First, receive more brand recognition. Second, get a wider base of customers. Third, receive more profit. And last, have access to bigger markets. In this case, for Starbucks, this partnership allows it to bolster its reputation for innovation. Also, for Starbucks, it will benefit their app popularity as people have that are interested in the music playing in the Starbucks stores. This feature will offer a new reason for people to launch the Starbucks loyalty and payment app or download it in the first place. On the other side, for Spotify, the partnership could introduce the service to million more potential subscribers.
Every organization has different growth and evolutions. It depends on how the organization is structured and also how they have developed. Spotify is a music industry. It's global and 80% of the world does not speak English. This means that they are adding music to every language. Spotify has a global mission that is inspired by people from different parts of the world that can have access to it. Starbucks, in 2003, expanded into a foreign market and began to involve itself with a lot of other countries, making it a worldwide company. Starbucks was a successful company regarding their domestic market, but they had to take it out of their home country so they could get known. Organizations have internal and external factors. They vary and they also influence the development of the organization. Depending on these internal and external factors, the organization can be seen as an important organization or a less important one. Some internal facts of Starbucks is the international model that the company has, and some external factors is the international competitors, and some rival coffee shops started to imitate Starbucks logo and propaganda. Spotify internal factors is that many of their strategical plans allow the company to be competitive and to maintain their position. And the external factors is that the music industry has faced many changes because of the internet evolution.
The impact of multinational companies on their host countries. That partnership gives us the opportunity to look at how the multinational companies have an impact on their host countries or country, in this case, the United States. Starbucks and Spotify are both companies that were established in the US. As it is said in an article provided by Starbucks, this company has more than 11,400 shops in the US and 25,000 shops in the world. Meanwhile, Spotify is the leader of the streaming platforms with more than 60 million of subscribers. Those two companies, like many others, for example, Nike or Apple, have a huge impact on the US. In fact, private companies are usually an economic resource for their host country as they are bringing investors in the country. Also, since multinational companies are present in different countries, in some way they show the power and the influence of their host country in the world.
The Ansoff Matrix. So the Ansoff Matrix is a strategic planning tool that provides framework to help a businessman or student analyze and devise strategy for the future growth of a company. It's named after Russian American Igor Ansoff who came up with the concept. So the Ansoff matrix is divided into 4 quadrants. The first one is penetration. So a market penetration strategy involves focusing on selling your existing product or service into your existing market to gain a higher market share. Then below that is market development. A market development strategy involves you selling an existing product into a new market. Then there's diversification. Diversification is a corporate strategy to enter into a new market or industry in which the company doesn't currently operate, which also creates a new product for that new market. This is the most riskiest sector of the Ansoff matrix, as the business has no experience in the new market and doesn't know if the product is going to be successful. And lastly, there's product development. Now, this is where the strategic alliance between Spotify and Starbucks comes in. So, product development is when a company is selling a new product into an existing market. So, as we can see, the new product will allow Starbucks Reward members to be able to have a Spotify premium account. Now, this market already exists as online streaming music is very popular, and Spotify, who's one of the biggest competitors, is providing them with their platform.
This partnership has some driving forces and some restraining forces, as we can see in this force field analysis. In fact, in the driving forces, we can see that this alliance will give advantages to Starbucks loyalty members. It will also provide advertisement for Spotify, and it will give either Spotify and Starbucks the opportunity to make profit. But if you look at the restraining forces, you could say that neither Spotify or Starbucks can make another partnerships, or that their clients might not like this partnership, or even that the clients might not be interested on taking the advantages of that partnership.
Was this a marriage or a tragedy? It is evident that this partnership was a marriage, as the advantages to it brought both companies to a higher level. For example, they both have a potential to gain millions of new loyal customers to their strategic alliance. This alliance gives Starbucks a new presence in the online music streaming industry and gives Spotify a physical presence.
In addition, both Starbucks and Spotify have an app, which means that through this strategic alliance, users will be engaged into downloading both apps, increasing the amount of subscribers to both companies' app. In addition, users will have a better time doing their visits to Starbucks, as they will have an option to download and save new songs through the apps, benefiting them as well. In this case, both the company and the customers are gaining something from the alliance, which is why it can be concluded that the alliance was a marriage. Thank you for listening.